Good morning. I'm very pleased to be here today to take part in the release of the first report to the people of the province of the Muskrat Falls Oversight Committee. The Muskrat Falls project is owned by the people of Newfoundland and Labrador. The Newfoundland Labrador Energy Company, Nalcor, is owned by the people of Newfoundland and Labrador, and both are critical to the future economic prosperity of our province. Muskrat Falls is a large and complex project that will have a major impact on our economy forever by helping us convert a major part of our economy from one that is reliant on revenues coming from non-renewable resources such as oil and minerals in the ground to one that is based on harnessing the power of the water, which comes to us free as that water flows to the sea. Muskrat Falls will generate hydroelectricity day after day and year after year. It will provide the electricity and meet the anticipated electricity demand on the island and in Labrador, and it will do so at the lowest possible cost to the people of the province. It'll be at a lower cost than any of the alternative projects that were carefully examined to provide future hydroelectricity needs. But in addition to providing our own needs, which was the main purpose of Muskrat Falls, there will also be a surplus for a period of time. And we will now be able to take that surplus to market, which we couldn't do in the past, other than through the province of Quebec. So now we'll be able to bring that surplus to market, and we will sell any electricity that's surplus to our needs in continental North America, in the Atlantic provinces, in northern New England, through the maritime provinces. A project of such magnitude and importance obviously requires our attention and our diligence and our oversight. The government of Newfoundland and Labrador and Nalcor have already undertaken extension oversight of the Muskrat Falls project. In addition to what Nalcor has done with its many engineers and with its engineering consultants, SNC-Lavalin, who do the EPCM contract, the Government of Canada has been involved in doing due diligence as a result of the guarantee. Emera, which will be building and paying for the Maritime Link initially, which link will be ultimately paid for by ratepayers in the province of Nova Scotia, have looked at this. Nalcor's external independent auditors have looked at this. Their internal auditors have looked at this. Their Board of Directors Audit Committee is there. The full Board of Directors is there. The independent engineer established by the federal government is there. And of course, the Auditor General will always, let me be very clear on this, the Auditor General will always have the right to go into Nalcor and to audit the books. The government has confidence in the management team at Nalcor and in the management of the project. And it was important to me that the people of the province had the same level of confidence that we as a government felt. So in March of this year, the Minister of Natural Resources and the Cabinet and we decided that we were going to add to and strengthen and formalize our oversight of the project through a new Muskrat Falls Oversight Committee, that we would not attempt to duplicate what is already being done, because there's a massive amount of oversight already being done. But we wanted to add to it and strengthen it and add another level, because we felt the people of the province, based on what we were hearing, felt that was necessary. We have assembled a committee of our most senior public service employees to monitor the project using the information that's being generated by existing oversight activities that I've mentioned, and then to leverage that work already underway to trigger additional measures as necessary to acquire more information and more analysis. The government charged the Oversight Committee, on behalf of the people of the province, to provide reliable and transparent oversight of the project's cost performance, its schedule performance, its cash flow requirements, and also any risks to the cost and risks to the schedule performance, to ensure that the appropriate risks were being identified and that they would be appropriately and properly managed. We want the public to have confidence in the cost and schedule management of the project, and that the political risks are identified and appropriately managed. The committee is going to be chaired by, as we mentioned in March, by the clerk of the Executive Council, who holds the highest office within the public service and is our most senior executive. It also comprises other senior officials from the Executive Council and the Departments of Finance, Justice, Natural Resources, as well as the work section of Transportation and Works to provide the engineering insight. But in addition to the committee has established a working group of specialists, of professionals who possess specialized expertise in law and in accounting, in finance, in auditing, and in engineering and project management. And they will be engaging, or they've already engaged and will continue to engage on a consultancy basis, Ernst & Young's project management team. Since March, the committee has developed the processes, the protocols, and the systems that they're going to need to effectively and efficiently fulfill the mandate that we've given them. The first report, which the committee is releasing today, includes information on the committee's corporate governance and activities, as well as the existing oversight sources that exist, the project budget, and next steps. And along with the first report, several other documents that I'll mention in a minute have also been released. These will include the terms of reference for the Oversight Committee. It's a report on the committee's protocols and processes prepared by independent consultant Ernst & Young, and also a shareholders letter, which is signed on behalf of the people of the province by me as Premier and by the Minister as the Minister of Natural Resources. That's going to outline, or does outline, NALCOR's reporting requirements to the Oversight Committee. The work of the Oversight Committee builds on the wealth of analysis that's already available on the project. And this is all in keeping with the commitment that we made to ensure that more information continues to be made available and readily available to the people of the province about this special project. This first report is a testament to that commitment, and I want the people of the province to know that we have heard their concerns and we've heard their questions. We will continue to facilitate robust oversight of this project on behalf of the people of the province. Prudent oversight is a priority for the government, and it will remain a priority through the construction and the operation stage of the project. As I said when I started, this project is owned by the people of the province and belongs to the people of the province. And I would encourage the people of the province to follow these reports, to follow the reports that NALCOR is putting in every month, and in particular, to follow these oversight reports as they come out on a quarterly basis or on a as-needed basis. So I'd now like to turn it over to Minister Daly, the Minister of Natural Resources, to say a few words.
Thank you, Premier, and certainly good morning, everyone. Certainly a pleasure to be here to join Premier Marshall today in announcing the release of the Oversight Committee's first report on the Muskrat Falls project. And certainly, as the Premier noted, we had to bear in mind all the way through this is that the Muskrat Falls project belongs to all Newfoundlanders and Labradorians, and a project of this magnitude and importance certainly requires oversight, and certainly something that we've maintained from the beginning. Muskrat Falls has been determined time and time again to be the project that will provide the least cost electricity to meet our province's increasing energy needs today and certainly for generations to come. I would like to note that at the outset that there has been more information made public about this project than any in the history of our province, providing the opportunity for review by the public, government, and independent experts, including Manitoba Hydro International, Navigant Consulting, the Board of Commissioners of Public Utilities, Dr. Wade Locke, and Ziff Energy Group of Calgary, to name a few. The release of the Oversight Committee first report today builds on this information and analysis and is intended to provide additional assurance to the people of the province with regard to project costs, schedule, and risk management. The Premier has already detailed the work that has been undertaken by the Oversight Committee, including the development of the terms of reference and the establishment of robust protocols, processes, and systems. The work of the Oversight Committee, however, is just one of the many sources of oversight on the Muskrat Falls project. From the outset, many senior department officials throughout government have been involved in oversight, from initial planning to early engineering, to our agreements with Emera, and most importantly, to project sanction and financing. Primary oversight of the project is provided by the Nalcor Board of Directors, who are accountable to the government on behalf of the people of the province. These are qualified individuals who have a legal fiduciary responsibility to ensure the project is developed as planned. The Board of Directors is supported by Nalcor's internal audit group, who determine whether the project's risk management, controls, and governance processes are adequate and functioning as intended. This group reports directly to the Board and the Board's Audit Committee. Nalcor's management team has established management systems that are consistent with best practices for major capital projects. These systems have been set to KPMG Construction Controls Framework and ISO standards. Nalcor has also established quality assurance processes and objectives to ensure that construction complies with all drawings and specifications. These management systems and quality assurance processes have been reviewed by the independent engineer and our own project management consultant, Ernst & Young. Finally, as a part of its regular business operations, Nalcor issues its annual financial statements for Nalcor and each subsidiary. These statements are audited by Nalcor's external independent auditor, Deloitte & Touche. In the coming year, Deloitte will be conducting additional auditing with respect to the validity of costs charged to the project. It is also important to point out that Nalcor holds a public annual general meeting where the previous year's performance is discussed. Each year, this provides an opportunity for the general public to receive updates and presentations on the company's performance and to ask specific questions about the Muskrat Falls project. In addition to our government's level of oversight, due diligence is being undertaken by the Government of Canada as provider of the federal loan guarantee. The Government of Canada is supported by experienced legal advisors, independent financial advisors, and the independent engineer. Oversight of the Muskrat Falls project is important to this government, and we continue to ensure prudent oversight on a number of levels through construction and operation phases. And I can tell the people of the province, as we move forward, we will continue to fulfill our commitment to openness and transparency. We will ensure that the people of the province have ready access to information on Muskrat Falls, and we will live up to our commitment as we've outlined from the beginning. I encourage all of you to visit the provincial government's website and review the documents related to the work of the Oversight Committee. I would also encourage the people of the province to visit the Muskrat Falls Project website, which has significant amount of information, including monthly reporting on employment, costs, and expenditures. I want to thank you for coming today, and certainly a very important announcement on behalf of the people of the province.